Is the glass half full or half empty? It depends on whether you're pouring or drinking. Parents are not interested in justice, they're interested in peace and quiet. Every closed eye is not sleeping, and every open eye is not seeing. Through humor, you can soften some of the worst blows that life delivers. And once you find laughter, no matter how painful your situation might be, you can survive it. If you want to be seen, stand up. If you want to be heard, speak up. If you want to be appreciated, shut up. The very first law in advertising is to avoid the concrete promise and cultivate the delightfully vague. People can be more forgiving than you can imagine. But you have to forgive yourself. Let go of what's bitter and move on. When you graduate from college, they tell you to follow your dreams. Does anyone say you have to wake up first? The heart of marriage is memories, and if the two of you happen to have the same ones and can savor your reruns, then your marriage is a gift from the gods. A pelican that is wet walks with a gaited limp, and the dry fish swims alone. I don't know the key to success. But the key to failure is trying to please everyone. In order to succeed, your desire for success should be greater than your fear of failure. The past is a ghost, the future a dream, and all we ever have is now. Parents are not interested in justice, they're interested in peace and quiet. You can turn painful situations around through laughter. If you can find humor in anything, even poverty, you can survive it. Let us now set forth one of the fundamental truths about marriage: the wife is in charge. I guess the real reason that my wife and I had children is the same reason that Napoleon had for invading Russia. It seemed like a good idea at the time. No matter how calmly you try to referee, parenting will eventually produce bizarre behavior, and I'm not talking about the kids. Their behavior is always normal. A grandchild is God's reward for raising a child. Gray hair is God's graffiti. In spite of the 7,000 books of expert advice, the right way to discipline a child is still a mystery to most fathers and mothers. A sailboat that sails backwards can never see the sun rise. When you become senile, you won't know it. All children have brain damage. There is hope for the future because God has a sense of humor and we are funny to God. Sex education may be a good idea in the schools, but I don't believe the kids should be given homework. Sigmund Freud once said, "What do women want? The only thing I have learned in 52 years is that women want men to stop asking dumb questions like that." Men and women belong to different species and communications between them is still in its infancy. When you introduce competition into the public school system, most studies show that schools start to do better when they are competing for students. You know the only people who are always sure about the proper way to raise children? Those who have never had any. Women don't want to hear what you think. Women want to hear what they think, in a deeper voice. Human beings are the only creatures on earth that allow their children to come back home.